we've talked before about the rotting whale carcass theory of news, which is there are many, many scuttling crabs at the floor of the ocean looking for a little way to get a little content, right? We talked about the messenger. There are many like that out there looking for anything in this atomized world of ours that carries a little weight and that you can get something out of. So the NFL, luckily, if you're being naive, but the NFL luckily had a magic moment this season by bringing the most popular pop star into the storyline of the most successful team in football. And it's telegenic former reality dating show star Travis Kelce. He of the reality show brother of the telegenic mom of the whole thing. And so they have this thing. And the Super Bowl, of course, is the most watched event on television, most watched anything on television every year. So you have this massive whale. You've created this giant whale. And now it's dead and it's drifting to the bottom of the ocean. And when it falls to the ground and begins to molder, all of the animals on the seabed come scuttling out to take their little chunk of the whale home in the form of some clicks and some eyeballs. So the natural consequence of this is that everybody's going to do with the rotting whale what they naturally do. So if you're Vivek Ramaswamy and InfoWars, it's all a conspiracy. If you are People Magazine, it's going to be all about what, will they or won't they? It's going to be the romantic side. Each scavenger will do with the rotting flesh of the Kelsey Swift Super Bowl what they wish.
Well, this is what I don't understand, really, in that Taylor Swift's fans are all young women, right? Like,
Right.
basically. And a couple things. First of all, she endorsed Biden in 2020, I think.
She did.
And nobody made that big a deal out of it. She endorsed the losing Senate candidate in Tennessee, Bredesen.
Yep.
Marsha Blackburn ran away with it. But Biden seems to have the young woman vote pretty locked up.
One would think.
It's kind of like the working class minority, Hispanic, African American, whites. Not exactly the Taylor Swift fan base that
I think
he's got to worry about.
I think for Trump, a lot of it just comes down to celebrity, right? He loves.
Of course, I get where Trump's coming from,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of the merits of this conspiracy theory, it's just so and for these guys to align themselves against the most popular people in America just seems foolish.
Well, it certainly does seem to put a lot more attention on Taylor Swift. I think they're trying to make sure it doesn't happen by pre-butting, but it certainly gives her a bigger platform.
Just don't matter.
No, they
just don't matter.
They don't matter. And I think there's also this, which is it's a kind of a news story. The NFL occupies a unique role in American public life. And there are a lot of dudes who are very upset about the NFL in general, right? They don't like the new rules about, preventing brain injury. They don't like the DEI component. They don't like and racism part. They don't like all of this stuff. And this, I think, to them is just it's one of those things that is not true but feels true, and so they rally to it. So I think the upside for Trump in this is that most of the dudes in the country will be rooting against the Chiefs, I assume. Now, it is weird when you can end up with the Republican choices to root for the San Francisco football team over the Kansas City football team. That's a little weird. But I think the energy will be strongly against, among the dudes of America, will be strongly against. And I guess this taps into some of that. But I think to your point, that is far outweighed by, why is Donald Trump mad at my daughter's favorite singer, is probably outweighs any benefits that you get from the Jack Probasek community, the Vivek Ramaswamy and Jack Probasek community.